getting started and open the season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Give to the running back. Makes it past the marker. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Really good-looking run right there. He reminds me of one of the greatest Wisconsin players of all time, Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dayne, who was a teammate of mine with the New York Giants, and he was so good at being patient and setting up blocks. This guy shows that patience as well. He really helps out the running game because he's not in a rush. He just takes his time and carves his way through the defense.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Line getting set on second down. Off play action. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Looking for space. It's Carter. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Dropping back, it's awesome. Grabbed over the middle, it's Punga. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
On a big third down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Unloads quickly. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences are that now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums, and he's got some space. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Let's chat for just a moment about Pittsburgh. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it, they reacted right away, got the running back on the ground immediately.
And the Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Caught over the middle, it's Fowler. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Got room at the 35. Turns on the Jets. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Pitt.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Getting to the end zone. Nice run.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's awesome. Just a short pass to the tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Going to sling it on second down. Safe completion on the screen. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Carter. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it down the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
I love the start for this quarterback on 3rd down. 3rd down, obviously money down. Got to have success. But to have success early, now it opens up everything. Like, we trust him. He's got a rhythm going. He's feeling good, and he got a lot of confidence.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Creates a little room. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. The offense changing the play. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to the run, it's Carter. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
And the Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Running through contact. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this...
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Badger. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. BYU has the lead right now, but this LaVell Edwards Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over Arizona State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. Guys, let's talk for just a second about Pittsburgh. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to pass, it's Schaefer. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. Try to get it to the edge. Finding an escape route. There he goes. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Not overly complicated, not something the OC spent the whole summer designing. I take the ball and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to blocking, and boom, make a big play.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got him downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. On 1st and goal, let's see what Pitt does here. They'll try to run it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeper. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The give to the back. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. The Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now on the return. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Special teams proving to be special.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Might be changing the route. Looking for a man. It's Awesome. Dumps it to the back. That's reeled in. It's Carter. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, The defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
It's a big stride inside the 10. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. He slides that just inside the right upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Badgers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his own 20. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Moving away from pressure. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. On the option. He'll pitch it. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Panthers. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Indiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw. It's awesome. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the...
Breaks into the open. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And it's picked off for the third time today. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back.
Touchdown, Pitt! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Set to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Going with the ground game left. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff from the gun. Got the first down and more. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
The give to the left. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. The play action fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. To throw, it's awesome. Rushes on him. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Makes his man miss. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Gonna take a shot. Underneath toast the coverage. Got it deep downfield. Find some room. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. And you could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Wisconsin, 7.
He'll bring it out. It's Dobbs. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Give to the back. Oh, he's got a chance. Got the first down and more. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Offense facing 4th down.
The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now on the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And that last play is why it is a gift to have a short-term memory in this game. 2nd and long coming up. Goes to the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a...
He wants to take the top off. He's got it down the left side. Hits the crease. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Auburn is behind significantly on that scoreboard. This has been a gong show since old War Eagle took flight today. They're trailing by 40 to Maryland. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And the Badgers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
And they stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down and short.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, that is a gutsy play call on that 4th down. I think everybody here in the stadium, including myself, was expecting them to try to throw the football, but they ran it and caught the defense off guard.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Looking to throw, it's awesome. He wants a big play here late. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. They'll toss it to the left. He has the first and still on his feet. Speeding down the left side. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution.